Okay, so for today's deep dive, let's get into something that is super frustrating but also really essential.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the true cost of that spaghetti monster in the back of professional AV racks.
Right, all those messy little external power supplies,
Oh, no.
the bricks.
Exactly. And it's not just that it looks bad. It's a huge operational headache every time a device fails.
Oh, absolutely.
So we're looking at the TVO-ONErack system. The sources call it a professional organizer for a messy electronics drawer, which I think is a great analogy.
It is, but it's also, it's much more than that. It's critical infrastructure.
How so? What's the core of it?
Well, it's a universal powered mounting solution. It basically takes all those randomly sized devices from, any manufacturer
Right.
and converts them into these clean, standardized slide-in modules.
So you're getting rid of the variability, and I assume the power supplies too, which are often the first things to die.
They're almost always the first point of failure, and this just simplifies the mean time to repair the MTTR down to, minutes.
Instead of hours spent digging through a hot mess of cable ties.
Exactly. You don't troubleshoot cables anymore. A module fails.
Hmm?
You just slide it out, slide a new one in, done.
That simplification is,
Yeah.
that's the real aha moment here.
Mhm.
But how does it scale? I mean, if you're consolidating all these devices, you need some serious density.
It scales incredibly well. You get chassis options in 4U, 5RU, and 6RU sizes.
And for anyone who doesn't live in a server room, 4U is what, about 7 inches of vertical space?
Yeah, a really small footprint. But in that little space, you can support up to 16 modules.
16. Wow.
And if you use the optional fan covers for cooling, you can actually power and cool up to 32 devices.
32 devices in as little as 4RU. That's incredible density.
It's a level you just can't get with a bunch of loose bricks velcroed to a rack shelf.
Okay, so you've got the density solved. The next critical piece is feeding all those devices. Let's talk about the power.
Right, because they all have different needs.
Yeah, the system is designed to standardize the power output, but doesn't mandating just 7 specific voltages create limitations? What if you have some proprietary gear that needs, 15 volts or something?
That's a great point. The system addresses, I'd say, 90% of the industry's needs by consolidating 7 discrete voltages.
Which are 5V, 7.5V, 9V, 12V, 13.5V, 18V, and 24V.
Exactly, all delivered at up to 35 watts per module, which covers the vast majority of small devices you'll encounter.
But what about that outlier, the 15-volt device?
For that, you have flexibility. You can use the high-capacity 250-watt power supply, or there's a pass-through option for that device's proprietary power source.
Ah, okay, so you can integrate it cleanly into the standardized module, but still use its own power brick.
Precisely. The key is that the power for the whole system is unified, it's regulated, and it's clean.
Shifting gears just a bit to accessories. Our sources mention the 1RK-5RU-CVR-PLEXI.
The clear plexiglass cover.
Yeah, a 5RU cover.
Yeah.
It seems so simple, but I actually love the feature. You're protecting sensitive equipment, but you can still do a visual check.
See all the status lights, make sure everything's happy in there.
Right. It's organization that still lets you monitor things easily. And there are other essentials, too, like the fan cover and blank covers.
And something important to note about that specific plexi cover, it's TAA compliant.
Which is important for government contracts.
Exactly. It means the product meets the requirements for U.S. government and military procurement, which makes sense when you look at their logistics.
Right, connecting right into it. They have this very serious purchasing policy. Non-cancelable, non-returnable, non-refundable.
Yeah, you better be sure you want it.
But they do offer specialized discounts for federal, state, and local governments, schools, military accounts. So the TAA compliance is key there. So if we connect this all back to the bigger picture, what's the key takeaway?
I mean, it's that this unified, cooled, and powered mounting, it's not just about organizing a drawer.
It's not just about cleaning up the spaghetti monster.
No, it's about transforming maintenance from reactive chaos into predictable modular efficiency. It's really a shift in thinking.
It changes troubleshooting from an operational expenditure nightmare into a predictable capital expenditure replacement schedule.
That's it.
That's the critical insight. So here's a final thought for you to mull over. Think about what it means to essentially impose a universal power standard onto all this mismatched third-party hardware.
Yeah.
How does this slide-in approach fundamentally change the philosophy of system maintenance, moving it away from the frustration of cable tracing to simply swapping a standardized pre-wired cartridge? That's something for you to think on until our next deep dive.